What's going on, man? Thanks for coming to the podcast finally.
Yeah, for sure, brother.
We've been trying for a while, haven't we?
Yeah. Thank you for having me out, bro.
For months. Why don't you tell everyone who you are, dude?
Smokey Steve Smokehouse. Just out here doing what I love to do. Been cooking right here. Been in business for about 6 months. So if you guys haven't heard about me yet, hopefully you'll come down and check us out.
Nice, dude. Where do people come get your food at?
So right now I'm doing pop-ups at the local breweries. So we have All Points is one of my, what I call my home breweries. I just threw a car show there. They can get me at Grey Wolf I've been at, Packing House, but mainly All Points.
So you're not doing anything with Route, what did I say, Route 33? No, it's not. What is it? Route 33? No. 66? Route 66, yeah.
Nah, I'll look into that, though. They're
they
pretty
just took,
big
well,
one.
they just took, so they have a spot in downtown. I've had them on, that's how I know them. And then they just took over, what brewery did they just take over? They took over Wick's Brewery. That building off the 91 freeway.
Oh, I went to Brew Crew.
Oh, really?
Which is right there, right?
Right, yeah, right there.
Yeah, so Brew Crew, I went there. They're pretty cool. I've set up there a few times. The husband and wife are super chill. But yeah, All Points is my spot, and I recently just started doing them at my house.
Oh, nice. So kind of like, so you just had people just roll up to your house?
Mm-hmm.
Who do we have on? Adrian, I can't remember the company. What's the company on? The Indian Guys Food? What's that company called?
Oh, Cali Tarka.
Yeah, Cali Tarka. We had them on.
Super cool people.
Yeah,
I
do what they do?
Eventually, that's my goal too, to be a micro home kitchen. He's super cool.
Oh, he's so nice.
He's been walking me through some of the stuff.
He's such a nice guy.
So yeah, and the mom, super inspiring. Anyways, so the goal is to do that, and then once it gets out of control, I mean, God forbid it does, we're gonna try to do like a food trailer, and then eventually like a brick and mortar.
So do you pre-cook everything like at your house and then take it out, or do you cook on site?
It's on site most of the time, unless it's the pulled pork. I gotta start that like the day before.
Really?
I just cooked for the Riverside County Fire Department. I did family day for them, so that was pretty cool. They loved it.
So were you cooking before?
I started that one.
All of a sudden, this became a thing. Were you cooking for someone else, or just all of a sudden you woke up one day and you're like, "Yo, I want to do this"?
So the pandemic gave me a lot of free time. I did staging, Coachella, all that good stuff for many years. I built so many stages I don't even remember. And the industry went to hell, obviously, when COVID hit. There wasn't as many concerts. I had a lot of free time on my hands.
Yeah.
So I bought a smoker and just started playing with it, bro. And little by little started, perfecting my craft. And it turned into Thanksgiving. Oh, are you smoking the turkey? Are you smoking the ham? And I was like, well, that's kind of cool. And then next thing you know, my brother actually was 7 years ago I started this. And then I got the smokers, and then I perfected the smoking. And yeah, now I'm just kind of running with it. My brother was like, hey, man, why don't you sell your food? I'm like, I don't know. Seems like a lot of hoops to go through. Like anyone could just set up on a corner, And knowing my luck, I wanted to do everything right. So I got the seller's permit, the food handler's card.
That's the hard part.
Yeah, all that stuff. So now it's an LLC. It's an actual LLC.
It's an actual company.
Yeah, so
nice.
I'm running with it. I just got my City of Riverside business tax license the other day. So, yeah, man, just rolling.
So it's like official.
Mm-hmm.
It gets tough. People in Boston, it's like the hard part is like then the bigger you get,
the more stuff comes in,
the more
and
stuff
problems
comes in,
and
the more
this and
business.
that.
All of a sudden, you're like, people are hitting you up for business license, and you're like, "What are you talking about?" You're like, "I'm just trying to cook some food."
Yeah.
So was it just one of those things where you said like people start hitting you up like, are you making this? Or was it just friends and family? Like,
yeah, friends and family. I never sold my food.
Yeah,
that was never a goal. It was just I enjoyed doing it. And then my brother was like, "Dude, give it a try. What's the worst that could happen?" So I did one pop up, my very first pop up. What's up, Riverside? Andrew pulled up with his whole family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he didn't know that was my first pop-up. I just popped up in the algorithm, I guess.
He was just... Where was it at?
In my house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you just threw something out there?
Yeah, I just posted it up and blasted it on social media and said if you were interested, like, DM me for my address.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, it was crazy. The first video, he filmed that video that day, too. And you'll see my wife holding my son, making the food. And like, yeah, that was our very first shindig, and it was a success, so we're just running with it.
Nice. So how do people find you? I know, like, is it just all strictly Instagram now? Do you just throw it out there? Do people, like, how do you...
I'm on Yelp.
Yelp,
so
really?
You can find me on Yelp. I also have Instagram, Facebook. We have YouTube, TikTok. Pretty much just trying to get out there.
Do you run all your son's media or what?
Yeah.
Nice.
A lot of people ask me that. They're like, hey, who's in charge of your page, or who does your promoting? And I'm like, Me?
Yeah.
Believe me, it gets overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah.
I make a joke sometimes. I'm like, yeah, my wife tells me my ass is gone because I've been out here promoting my ass off.
Well, that's a hard part. Is like you're competing against so many people now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you said, anyone can like make some food for their house. It's like now you got to get out there, and then you got to keep it going. Then it's like a full-time job. Like
Getting them interested. So yeah, that's how I came back into connection with Daniel.
oh, okay,
We've always kind of talked and been friends on Facebook and stuff since back in the day, but I worked not too far from here, and he moved the heavy equipment into my job. And that's when we crossed paths.
Oh,
again.
really?
And I was like, yo, what's up, brother? So yeah, I'm a night shift supervisor
at where?
for a thermoforming company.
Okay.
It's a Royal Interpact.
So you do both.
Yeah.
So do you have an idea of like what would be the crossroad of like dropping that and going full time at
To where I
food?
physically can't do both.
Oh yeah. Right now, what's your schedule looking like?
Right now, I work 14 days a month,
Okay.
but they're 13-hour night shifts.
All right.
So that gives me the free time to be off every other weekend and random days. So every time I'm off, I'm cooking, doing pop-ups, networking.
Are you at a point now where your food's like you're kind of like locked in, or are you still testing?
I'm locked in. My
Yeah.
ribs I have on point. My tri-tip, I can stand by it.
Yeah.
My pulled pork, I'm very confident in those. I am testing the waters and other things. I just did smash burgers last night.
Oh really? How'd that go?
Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew and his girlfriend pulled up, and they tried him, and they really liked him.
It's crazy how it's how now things are like guys like I was talking to Andrew probably like 2.5 years ago when he first kind of started his page, and he was like still driving trucks and this and the other.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
he's doing that full time, and then I knew Mark before Mark got into his thing. So it's like so funny. Like I kind of wish Adrian, I wish we would have gotten to food. Because like food's so easy on social to be on, like it's the easiest thing to do.
People love it.
People love watching food
It's
videos.
it's not something like me and my brother were talking about this. My brother partners in Shine. He does detailing. Mm-hmm. He's like, food. You have to have food. Everyone needs to eat.
Yes.
Getting your car washed, it's a luxury.
Yeah.
You know, not everyone can afford it.
And people
you know.
always love to look at food.
Yeah.
So
Food,
those
you need
videos
it.
just do so well. Like it's like God, I should have gotten like it. Food. The food videos are solid because then
Yeah.
they just like and then boom, and then so many views. Do you guys do? Is that where a lot of your stuff's coming from right now? Like TikTok and Instagram, or
Yeah, everything.
everything from that?
So, yep, on Father's Day, it was crazy. My phone was ringing all day. People were calling to see if I had tables available. I was like, I'm going to pop up.
Yeah.
It says it on my Yelp, but they just seen the food and Smokehouse, and it's Father's Day, and I want to take my dad there. Everywhere else
Yeah.
is slammed.
Would you ever think about getting a? Why would go with a food trailer, not a food
Yeah.
truck?
I would go with a food trailer personally because of me having certain connections. I can go to these larger scale events. So instead of just food truck lane's amazing, but it's getting pretty big already, pretty packed. The flexibility,
The flexibility of it.
brick and mortar. Once I'm known enough,
Yeah.
it'll be hopefully a sensation. People
I don't even know. Are people like wanting brick
to
and
do
mortars
brick and mortar.
anymore?
I don't know if that's a thing anymore,
don't even
bro. There's so
know.
much overhead.
That's the problem. The cost of the building is so expensive now. When it's
Yeah.
like, why don't you just do a trailer or a truck and people roll up? Exactly. Like I don't know if people even want that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I feel like the flexibility is where it's at, brother, because you can go to the people when they have to come to you. Of course, if you're well known and you're making a stamp for yourself already, they're gonna come.
Yeah.
But until then,
But then the problem is you have to hire waiters, waitresses, and then that's
you're
payroll.
paying rent, you're paying electricity,
Yep.
you're paying gas, water.
And then you have to have like a hostess, and then you have to have the tables and all that stuff, and that obviously they need to be more
Because
high
right now
end.
I can do it all. And
Yeah.
the wife helps me. She's the other half. She makes all the sides. Everything's homemade. So,
So is your whole house? Do you do it all in your house, or do you rent a kitchen?
from my house
Yeah.
for now. Yeah. I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but
Yeah.
but I do have access to a kitchen,
Yeah.
a full commercial kitchen. So, yeah, everything is prepped though, and
Prepped everything in
prepped
there.
at home and then cooked on site.
Nice.
So yeah.
When's your next big event coming up?
I think I'm gonna do another car show at All Points.
Oh, really?
That was a pretty good success. We did giveaways. We had a partnership with Moss Brothers. They came down and did 5 free oil changes. We handled out.
Nice.
And I had a buddy do engraving. Mi Chiquitita engraving.
It's hard part is like now you gotta do it's not just the food, and then you gotta like bring this person in like graving, and then you gotta do this and that, and then you gotta be a car show, and then there was a big one the other day at Walmart in Rio Valley. I was like, holy crap, dude. I was like, this thing's popping.
Yeah,
in the
man.
parking lot.
They get up there. It's pretty cool. There's so many car enthusiasts out there. It's cool though because, so I feel like I kind of limited this last car show.
Really?
I made it.
Did you put the car show on?
Yeah.
Oh wow. So you're creating the events for the food, not the events happening. You're going there.
No.
Oh okay.
I figured, why just do my own thing?
Yeah.
Why can't I have a car show with my own vendors that I have selling stuff and doing whatever?
Makes sense.
That are just small businesses, just up and coming like myself.
Yeah.
So why not? They're like, how much for a spot? And I'm like, free.
Yeah.
Don't just.
Well, do you have to pay? Do you have to pay for the parking lot or no?
What do you mean?
Or like, is there like a rental fee, or do you just like hook up with the brewery? Or
no, I hook up with the brewery. I give them food. They give me free beer.
Oh, so. And you just say like, hey, let me run this. Let me take over your parking lot for the day.
Oh yeah, they love it.
Oh, well, there you go.
So the last one I just did at All Points, people were coming in there still that are like, wow, I've never even knew this place existed or was here. So it's right off Chicago.
Chicago where?
And Spruce.
Oh, it is it?
You didn't even know about it.
I have no idea.
It's in like a little complex.
Well, Harvard is like, for a little bit, the brewery thing was like the big thing. You know what I mean? The breweries were like popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big craft brewery guy. Like I'll have some, but like that's not really my. Like when I go in the wall, there's like a full wall of like beer, and I'm like, I don't know what I want. It's like,
shoot me an IPA.
Yeah, give me whatever your favorite is. I don't know. Like it's so overwhelming. I'm like, I have no idea.
So many choices.
I know. I was like, double IPA. That's delicious. I don't know. Just give me a Coors Light. They're like, oh, okay. I mean, it's super smart to kind of make up your own business plan. So right now, are you leaning on anyone right now in the food world, or is it just all like trial and error? You're trying yourself, like even the events or everything. Is everything just on you, or do you have someone to kind of like mentor or mentoring you?
No, it's just me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have people I can reach out to that are really, really genuine, that are further in the industry than myself, and they're always willing to help me out. I can kind of pick their brain a little bit. My first catering gig I called my buddy Eduardo at 187 Barbecue. It's like, hey, bro.
There's not a lot of, I will say this, and I could be totally wrong, but I just don't personally know of any in Riverside-ish, is like there's not that too many like great like straight barbecue like restaurants.
That's another reason I started cooking.
There's just not.
Barbecue's not cheap.
And there's just nothing good. Or like, I mean, I've been like to all the, I spent a lot of time in Texas and Memphis and had those ribs, and like it's just, you come back here and there's just nothing.
No, so like
there's just nothing there. We don't have that kind of real barbecue. We have California barbecue.
So the lady the other day at the firefighters thing I was doing, she's like, I'm from Texas, and I just want to come back and tell you that your barbecue was amazing.
Yeah, because there's just none out here.
And it's those little things like that. Some 8-year-old ran back over all the way across the whole roping area and was like, that was the best pulled pork sandwich I've ever had in my life.
That's what I'm saying. You just don't really have any good stuff.
And like it's the things like that keep you going, and I'm looking for a review right here from a gentleman, and pretty much he says he's been trying all the barbecue in Riverside for the last 15 years.
Like there's nothing.
And finally,
I can't even name one.
He came across me, and now he's like,
I can't really name one that I'm like super pumped about. I mean, they're okay, but they're not like, oh, I really want to go back to that. And barbecues, like you said, barbecue's expensive, so it's not like. I mean, the best barbecue is like Dixie.
You want it to be good. I don't want a beef jerky.
Yeah.
If I want beef jerky, I go to the gas station.
Exactly.
No, but
do you ever get tired of making and eating barbecue? Do you ever eat barbecue just for yourself, or no? Or is it like...
I cook at home.
Yeah.
For me and the wife. But I do like specialty stuff like steak and barbecue. I use the smokers for some stuff, but mainly just for... Now they're just for work.
How many smokers do you have?
4. Oh. So I started with
kind?
1. Master built.
Okay.
Vertical.
Okay.
So they're propane and wood. And
I mean, everyone talks about Traegers. I'm not a big smoker. I don't have one, but
I mean, I'm not gonna hate on them, to be honest. They're cool, but they're like a big crock pot in a sense.
Yeah.
Kind of just throw it in and leave it.
So yours takes work.
Mine, I'm tending to them. I'm putting wood chips. I'm checking the water pan. I'm checking the temperature. Always keeping an eye on it. There's a lot that goes into it.
It's crazy the documentaries that you watch on like the high end old school barbecue joints, and like the main person gets there like at 4 a.m, and they just have like huge old ones in the back, and they're there like all morning long, like just messing with them all day.
So I felt I don't have a huge setup at all, but
Yeah.
I feel the vibes because so the other day, Friday, I worked, I got home. Thursday night, I got home Friday. Friday all day was prepping for Saturday. So I threw the pulled porks in, and then I was up in the middle of the night every 2.5 to 3 hours.
Like
just
checking it?
spray them,
Yeah.
going back to bed. And then my ribs, I put them on at 4 in the morning. Then I was up a couple hours later. I wrap them, throw them back in. So much
Do
goes
you do
into
dry
it.
rub or what do you do on your ribs? Dry.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's trying to get in contact with bulk.
Like,
With
oh,
somebody right now. I can't.
yeah. Who are
say.
you getting your food from?
Oh, right now I go to the Costco Business Center.
Oh.
So I'll go over there and get 60 to 100 pounds of meat, no problem.
Oh, no
And,
problem.
Yeah, just
You're not like going to the grocery store.
no. And
Yeah.
when I go to the grocery store, I'm like, holy smokes, the prices. I understand they're not able to compete with the Costco Business Center.
Yeah.
Even like I would love to partner with some of these local meat markets around here, but they
So the prices are that different when you buy in that big a bulk? Way cheaper?
Mhm.
Oh, shit.
don't get me wrong, it's
Still expensive.
It's still expensive.
Yeah.
That's what another thing too with selling ribs and tri-tip and everything. These are expensive proteins, and we both know that the price of everything is going up.
Yeah.
So that was a big one for me. But when the food's really good, people don't even hesitate.
Well, I think you jump to a different bracket of buyers, people where like
quality,
you're not really
yeah.
even worried about. They're not like
Yeah,
too
no.
concerned about it.
They're just like, man,
Yeah, this is what I like.
quality. Yeah.
I'm gonna eat it.
I had people hit me up that say like, when are you cooking? Like I just had someone message me when I was sitting here. When are you cooking again? Like they literally said I'm fiending.
Yeah.
so
So, do you think you need to start doing more?
I would like to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you obviously like trailer is gonna be like the next step again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the micro home kitchen is the next step.
The next step,
Unless it just gets way too big to where I just like pull the trigger and go straight to a food trailer.
food trailer.
I got a lot in store right now. A lot of big things happening. A lot of moves going on.
A lot of
So,
moves.
Yeah, I don't want to speak on anything too much.
For
but
sure.
Maybe even a partnership coming up. We'll
Nice.
see. So.
I think the partnerships are smart. You know what I mean? Kind of gets you there quicker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but like I said, like I think you have found a niche that we just don't like. I mean, there's a million like Mexican food places. You know, like nothing against Taco Man's, but like
No,
I
feel you.
can't tell the difference between one Taco Man and the other. Right, Adrian? Taco Man's a Taco Man.
So-
It's like the other day we went to a party and Jessica was like, my wife was like, "Oh, it was that was so good." I'm like, they're all this. It's all the same. There's nothing different than this Taco Man. Oh no, there's a difference. I'm like, what are you smoking? It's tacos. It's like, it's carne asada chopped up. It's whatever chopped up. It's whatever on corn tortillas. Like, there's nothing different.
You could spice it
Adrian?
up, different
Some
salsas.
that are fantastic.
There's some, yeah, I will say.
Bro, they're basically all the same.
I gotta take you to my taco people.
You're the same person. He's the same guy that'd be like, you gotta try my tamales. They're all the same. All tamales are the same.
No, I
all
gotta say, my tamales are the same.
All
We
tamales
gotta do
are
a
the same.
taste bud check on you.
Dude, I'm telling you, they're all the same. They're all dried out
You put ketchup on your tamales.
because they suck. I'm sorry, they're terrible.
My wife and mother-in-law make tamales.
Okay, you
I'm
bring
gonna
me
you
one.
some, bro.
You bring me
Bro,
one.
I'm gonna-
Deal? Listen, I've been
Game
trying for so long for people to bring me a tamale I like, and I still have not had one. People go like, "Oh, I swear by it, you
They're
gotta try
so-
my."
yeah, these
What was the
ones are
guy's name?
fire.
We had this one guy on. Who was it? Suckling guy? Yeah, his were decent. And maybe I just have like a high level of quality of tamales. I don't know, but his were decent.
You have high expectations. Nothing
I have
wrong
high
with that.
expectations, I guess.
That's me. That's why I started cooking my own barbecue because
Well, because all the barbecue
I go
never
to all these
sucks.
spots and I'm like,
I hate, dude.
can I
there's
get a half a bottle of barbecue sauce
Well,
because this shit's dry?
Well, not even that, but the worst is when it's like all just straight heavy fat, and you're just like, "Ah, dude, this." Maybe, but the hard part is like I said, I've been to Austin and like even I used to love going to Rudy's. Is it Rudy's? Yeah, Rudy's out there. It's like a gas station.
I've never been to Texas.
Oh, dude.
Bro, I need to go.
Dude, you need to go. You need to go to Memphis. You got to go to like what is it? What is it called? The dry rub spot in Memphis. What is it called? It's called Voodoo. And it's like this
huh?
little dude. So you like if you don't know where it's at, you'll miss it.
Yeah.
You're like walking and
Is it a store?
No. It's
Okay.
it's a restaurant. And it's downstairs, like underneath a building, and you enter it in through a like a hall, like an alleyway. So you
Sketchy.
like turn, and there's just like this sign that says like it says like right up there, and you like open the door and like walk down, and it's ribs are, and dude, it's always like packed, slammed all the time,
Okay.
all the time. But like there's just a lot of good barbecue there because
Yeah.
it's like what they do. But like Yeah.
That's one thing I can appreciate. Obviously, cooking barbecue is really good barbecue. It's like, bro. So I'm definitely gonna have to check that out.
Do you go eat other people's barbecue to check out?
I definitely do.
To see like.
Yeah. And I support them as well if it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit of Texas.
Where's that at?
It's right here on Market Street.
Is it?
Yeah.
Where?
Literally right here.
Adrian, BR Jamie. What's that place called?
Spirit of Texas.
Spirit. Oh, is
You're
that
welcome,
the one that,
guys.
That's the one that just opened?
Yeah.
Oh,
and they just got
opened.
the place next door to it too.
They just opened.
Yeah, they're
right
pretty
next
good.
to the adult
Super
porn
cool
shop.
people. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
Uh-huh.
on. Yeah, okay. I know where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10th
That's a
and
new
Magnolia.
one. They have an original location. I think it's in San Bernardino. Redlands.
Yeah, the one that just opened.
Mhm.
That used to be that pizza joint. It used to be a pizza spot before.
Something right there.
Yeah,
a
it was
while
a pizza
ago.
spot for a little
Yeah,
bit.
so that place is cool. I talked with them. Cornerstone Barbecue.
Nice.
I've never eaten there,
No.
but they reached out to me. They're inviting me to like a competition.
Oh, that'd be
barbecue
cool.
competition.
Nice. Is that
coming
gonna be
up
your
in
first
August. Yeah.
one? Oh, that's exciting.
So-
What do you have to cook? Anything you want?
Hopefully I can just cook my specialty, my ribs.
Yeah.
So that's my
Do you make your own? I'm assuming you make your own rub.
with everything. Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. All the different combinations. I like to marinate my meat for at least 8 hours
8 hours.
minimum.
Did your ribs like fall off the bone? Is that where it is? Oh, dude, that's where it's at. Nothing's worse when you think you're gonna lose a tooth. You know what I mean?
Bro, you have to check out my page. You'll
All right,
see.
listen, we'll stop by next event. Adrian, we need to make like a food list of everyone we've been on the podcast and do like we need to do that.
Yeah, I got you.
Because the hard part
I
is
already
we don't
told him plate on the house.
The hard part is we don't like. I don't. It's not. I don't need to. I don't. Not that I don't think we would do it or whatever. But it's like Mark and those guys already do that kind of stuff. Nothing against them, but I'm like I don't need to do that. That's not my business model. My business model is selling houses. You know.
Yeah. I just found that out today.
Oh yeah, that's all I do.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's like for me, it's like I don't want to like also do that. Like we do this. We only started doing this because our clients needed it during COVID. So we just were like, yeah, let's have a podcast. Let's talk to people. But like to go out and like shoot food videos for everyone, it's like, or whatever, it's like, nah. And then, you know, the whole model, like, oh, pay us to do it. Like, I'm not going to charge people to do that. Like,
Yeah, I feel you.
because it's not
I
my
feel you.
business model. I don't need to do that.
It's not,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
your
a-
expertise or
yeah,
what you're
I do
into.
real estate. I don't do this stuff.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I've told both those guys, I'm like, you start a podcast. I don't know why they haven't.
Right?
You start a meat podcast.
Bro, so that's funny. My buddy who's been doing all my recording for me, 951 Dirty Work, go follow him if you guys aren't. He's awesome guy.
Yeah.
He's been doing all of my content for me.
So he does all your videos?
Majority of them.
Yeah.
Like the drone footage and certain things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyways, he's been really helping me out a lot. Forgot where I was going with it.
You want to do a podcast with him?
Oh yeah, so we were talking about doing a podcast, and he was like, "Bro, imagine being right here in the backyard with all your smokers lined up. We're right here with like some whiskey,
Yeah.
just chilling, just talking, and just you're doing your thing.
Yeah.
You know, tending to the meat, and then just
How do your neighbors feel about it? Does your house just reek barbecue?
my mate." Yeah,
Yes, I assume.
my
Yeah.
neighbors come running when they see the pop up getting set up in the
Oh,
driveway.
really?
Like, I'll be back at this time. There'll still be food, right?
Yeah.
Save me a plate. It's really cool. Like I
Yeah.
never thought that would be like.
At least they're supportive.
Yeah. So
That's
my
cool.
neighbor yesterday was like, "Bro, I seen a food trailer. I was just gonna buy you, and you can pay
Oh.
me back later." I'm like, "What?"
How much do those run? I don't even know.
Like 60, 70, 80,000.
$80,000? Holy shit.
But I've seen some. I was talking to someone. They found one. He said it was old, but it had good bones.
Oh, yeah, I love
So
that.
yeah. I was like, he got it. He said 20 grand.
20 grand?
So man, imagine if I could score.
Dude, I think I would
30
think a
grand.
food truck would be cheaper.
No, food trucks are like 120, bro.
Oh, my God.
So there's two routes I can go. I can just lease one to kind of get my feet wet.
Yeah.
Or I can just go balls to the wall and
just buy one?
finance one.
Yeah,
So
finance
it's
one now.
yeah, but it's all up in the air for now.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I mean, you're only 6 months in.
Yeah.
You got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus I still have my job. Like I said, I'm actually taking this weekend off.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done that. This is going to be my first weekend off.
No food?
Nah, I think I'm
Yeah.
just going to relax. Family time.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Did your wife work?
No.
No.
She has a 24/7 job taking care of the
okay,
kids.
yeah, of course. How many kids you got?
2.
Nice. How
So I
old?
have a son. He's 7 months. And then I have
Congratulations.
thank you, brother. And then
Yeah.
I have a daughter who's 7.
Oh, wow.
So
Dang, big
yeah,
gap.
gonna be 7 so
Wow.
September. So,
Nice.
Yeah, super cool. We waited.
Nice, smart man.
Yeah, so now I have the girl and the boy. So
You
we're
done?
We're done.
Nice. What made you come up with the name? Like, were you like
The
thinking
wife.
Were you thinking like, we didn't want to name it that because it's too whatever? You know what I mean?
I just told her, and she came up with it.
Really?
She's really good at that. So she came up with.
Did she do the logo too?
No. I have my my buddy. I'm a supervisor for another company. Seasonal.
Okay.
So if you've ever been to the mall during Christmas, any of the malls, 9 times out of 10, me and my crew are the ones that put up all the decorations.
Oh, okay.
So we do the huge Christmas tree outside. We have all our boom lifts.
So you don't do stage? That's some of the stage work. You learned how to do that. I transferred over.
Well, it led to being an equipment operator.
Oh, okay.
So I have my boom certification.
Oh.
Then I have my overhead crane operator. Like I get kind of bored fast, which is a bad thing. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen with this barbecue.
Yeah. All of a sudden he's cooking Mexican next week. You know what I mean? Or cooking pizza.
So I was doing smash burgers, brother, last night, and we cooked up. Andrew came over with a huge tray of meat that he had got from Lorena Meat Market.
Okay.
And it was like 50 pounds. And I cooked it all up on the spot between the barbecue and the Blackstone, my brand new Blackstone that the wife got me for Father's Day. So it was.
I haven't made smash burgers on my stone yet. It's just, I don't know. You like them? I've never really had one before.
So I've never made them. Yesterday was the first time. I've had them before, and they were good twice at River Crust Deli.
Okay.
Fire. You got to try that place. They make some really good smash burgers, pizza, and everything. So anyways, I just been kind of thinking about it, and I'm like, well, what if I could make the smash burger with my tri-tip on top?
Oh. Is that what you did?
No, because I didn't have tri-tip yesterday.
Got it.
But next time, because now I can just pull out the Blackstone and I
throw
cooked
it
up smash burgers in under 5 minutes.
Dude,
I'm over here taking 7 to 8 hours to make ribs and all this stuff, you know. And
if you don't have a flat grill right now, you're missing out. Flat grills are like the best thing ever.
I cooked breakfast on it this morning.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Loved it. I did potatoes,
you can do it,
sausage, bacon, eggs, everything.
You got to get a big one. Because you don't realize it's...
Well, so it's my first one. So I just did like a 2-burner.
You got to get a 4-burner.
I'm going to do the 4.
I got the 4-burner. Because then you just cook up like everything all at once. And like...
I found myself today running out of room.
The only thing that's like sucks is like you got to like oil it and whatever that stuff. It's a little bit more work, but dude, you could throw anything on there. And you could cook breakfast, lunch, dinner. You can cook multiple things. You have things going here, and the cleanup's like done.
You can control your heat zones too, which is cool.
Dude, which is crazy in those because I remember when I was looking to get one, it was like, heat goes up to 600 degrees. Like, who needs that hot? Like, you know, like I put my thing on low every time. I don't think I've cooked it on anything but low.
I go like for a medium. I think I'm finding that perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah. Depending on what you're cooking, of course. Last night I had it on fully on high, both sides, and we were just
smashing.
I was doing the flanken ribs.
Oh.
So I did a whole bunch of flanken ribs, a whole bunch of carne asada, and like some other skirt steak or something. He brought over this whole tray. So we cooked the whole thing up. We did 2 giveaways live on the spot. Super dope.
Were you already cooking, or he just rolled up on you?
No, we planned it like out of nowhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, well, I told him, I was like, I'm going to do some smash burgers. And he's like, bro, I have all this meat.
That someone gave him?
Well, yeah, he used it for the promo.
Oh.
And since it was already in his hands and whatever,
so
like,
not
that he touched it, but they're like, yeah, go ahead. And they made another one for the giveaway. And he was like, bro, I have all this meat. Would you like to cook it? Like, let's do a little giveaway.
It's funny, when I first met him before we did the podcast, he was never on camera. I'm like, when are you going to get on camera? He's like, I'm too nervous. Now he's always on camera. Now he's like always on there. You know, he was never on camera before.
He told me too. He's like, yeah, I used to be like kind of camera shy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, yeah, no. I was like, I would have never thought.
No.
Like,
no. It's crazy.
He's super cool. Him, Mark, super cool guys.
Yeah. No, they're great. I mean, it's what you need nowadays. If you're not up on social, you're kind of, you got nothing
sleeping.
Now.
You're just,
well, there's no one's gonna find you. You know. But I still also think you need a good product. Like, you can be great on social, but
you can get promoted the hell out of. But
if people show up and it sucks,
they're not gonna come back.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
That's something I've asked Mark before. I was like, do you ever promote company like restaurants that you don't like? And he goes, he's like, I try. He's like, nah. He's like, I won't do it.
That's one thing I respect too. Like,
he won't do it.
There's other food reviewers out there. Like in LA,
yeah.
I see a couple, and they're just going to any place.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, this place is delicious. And I've had buddies to pull up at the same spot, and they're like, that place was garbage.
Yeah.
So
it's depressing. But the problem is, if you're so big, then people don't even because I doubt anyone's gonna comment on that video or be seeing that like, oh, that food sucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Riverside's banging too. Everyone's like on the food. Everyone's kind of. I think people are always like looking for new stuff around here now because like we don't get a lot of new restaurants. So it's like the food trucks and the pop-ups are like the new thing.
Yeah.
Because like there's not a lot of new restaurants. I mean, even like take downtown, like the barbecue joint that you just talked about is new. But like outside of that, I don't really know anything new that's in downtown.
Yeah.
I can't believe Slater's didn't work out, right, Adrian? That barbecue place is not good.
Really?
No, I'm not a fan of that big barbecue spot.
They
Right,
have it
Adrian?
at the
It's not
plaza.
good.
They have
Dickies.
yeah.
That Dickies is a chain. Listen, Dickies is okay.
That's one thing I don't ever want to be.
A chain.
That or just so big corporate that I lose my touch.
Well, that's the thing. Like that's
My flavor.
You just kind of go in there with you know. But you know what? I'd rather go to Dickies and be like, this is what I'm getting basic barbecue, than go to like a mom pop shop and I'm thinking my mind's gonna be blown and I'm not. Like it's not fair. The standard's way higher when you go to like a mom pop shop.
Because you're expecting, quality.
Yeah,
It's made with a passion. Everything that we make is made with a passion, with love. My wife makes the macaroni and cheese, the potato salad, the cornbread. And man,
Was she always a cook or
she's always been, no.
no?
Now I think about it. I've been with my wife for 12 years now. So I remember we were kids, and neither of us knew how to cook. So now, man,
Was it brutal in a start when you first started? Did you make a lot of bad food when you first started, or no?
I burned a lot of food. And my grandfather-in-law was around then, and he was a really big critic on the ribs.
Oh, really?
So I really wish that he could have tried my
The new
ribs
stuff?
now. Yeah, because he passed away. So if he
Interesting.
would have loved it, man.
Yeah.
So my mom's from Missouri, so some of the recipe is from St. Louis, Missouri.
Got it.
So that's something I've been running with as well. So
They have a different style up there.
yeah, it's all different. People ask me like, what style? I don't really know even what to call it. It's just my style.
Yeah. I would say you're like, if you're dry rub, then you're probably more like Memphis.
So I'm a dry rub, but then afterwards, halfway through, I wrap them.
Oh, okay.
And throw all kinds of stuff in there. I don't want to say what.
yeah,
but,
no worries.
yeah, and then pull them out of the foil a couple hours later, even an hour, like 2 hours later. It all depends.
Do you do sausage or no?
Yeah,
You do?
do hot links. I do everything. So the only thing I haven't done recently, or that or ever, well, not ever, but the only thing I haven't done is like a really big brisket. I've done a little tiny one, but I want to do a big brisket. So that's the next
The
goal.
only problem with brisket gets a little fatty sometimes.
Yeah, it's
gotta
all
be
about
careful.
trimming it up.
Yeah,
I
you gotta
think.
trim it.
If you don't trim it up correctly, there's going to be a lot of fat.
Yeah.
So just like beef ribs, I had someone ask for beef ribs, and I'm a pork rib guy. That's my specialty. So they wanted the big. So I was like, all right, cool. And yeah, I made sure to shave them up really good, because there were some of them where I even had to take off almost half the damn rib because it was just all fat.
Yeah.
But I don't want someone to, Yeah. So yeah, those came out pretty good.
Dude. Do you cook other stuff well or just barbecue? Like, can you make like pasta or no?
No, I'm not like a real chef.
No, you just know that. Do you make barbecue? You know what I love? Pulled pork nachos. I'm a big fan of that.
So we might be adding pulled pork nachos or pulled pork fries to the menu.
Oh, yes.
So if 17-hour smoke time for the firefighters the other day,
Yeah.
and put it this way, there's a couple of videos to where I pull it out and I put my gloves on and I'm just like, and it just mush.
Yeah.
So I'm just, man.
Is it so 17 hours is a sweet spot, you think? Or can
It
you
all
go-
depends
can
on
you
how
go-
many pounds.
Oh, okay.
So I could have kept pushing it.
Really?
So, but yeah, it goes by the pounds.
Would it be? I mean, the hard part is
The
if you go too
temperature.
far, then maybe you lose them. Is that, you know what I mean? I have no idea. I've never barbecued.
You
before.
could always overdo it to where it's starting to be dry.
The problem with me, I feel like I only can really cook burgers and steaks. The problem for when I barbecue, it's like I like my shit rare.
Yeah, and the wife
Right?
likes hers
But
well
she's
done.
always like, overcook it. And I'm like, why? Like, it's like depressing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, literally, that's
All
not
the
gonna
flavor.
all is gone.
Yeah.
It's in the bottom.
Cut you a piece of cardboard.
Yeah. I'm like, you're not supposed to eat it that way.
Mhm.
And then
That's
she's
so funny.
She's Mexican, so every party is like carne asada, and I'm just over here like, shh. And then I'm
That's
like,
my wife,
and I'm
too.
like keeping a little bit of red in the middle. She's like, you need to cook it more. I'm like, well, no,
You're all, no.
you don't. Like,
Yeah,
you go
no.
more. It just doesn't taste like anything.
That's one thing I can get into a debate is people eating anything over medium rare. You're
Maybe-
just wasting.
the only thing maybe you could use is is hamburger meat.
Oh, I wouldn't want to eat nothing rare like hamburger meat. That's weird.
Like burgers, like medium.
A little
like,
pink, yeah, but I don't want to see like red and then
because then you get. But like steaks, there's no reason for it.
That's just the other day when I made the steak. The wife was like, "Oh, can you throw mine back on, babe?" And I was like, "All right."
Yeah.
And then I came back in and she's like, "Oh," and then I gave her a piece of mine. And I turned it around because she sees like any red or blood. She's like, "Ugh." I turned around. I was like, "Here, it's perfect." And she's like, "Wow, that's really good."
Exactly.
And I cut her another piece and she's like, "Ew." I was like, "Don't think about it. Just eat it."
It's a flavor.
Yeah.
It really is, man. It really is. It's nothing. Dude, that'd be sweet if you did fries. And would you have to get then you have to get just some oil.
I could do a deep fryer or what about air fry?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Air fried with those on top with barbecue sauce.
Dude.
So many options with food.
Do you make your own barbecue sauce or do you buy it?
I buy it now. I'm not going to lie. I'd like to say, yeah. But one day, maybe I'll be back on here, in the future. And
that's another level. I mean, that takes real.
So that's another thing, too, I've been thinking with, like, doing the whole Smokey Steve. Like, the other day I was at Target and someone was like, "Smokey Steve." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. That's right." It's like, "Come check me out." And so if I'm already making kind of the name for myself and the brand, then eventually I can start selling my own dry rubs.
Yeah.
My own. But then that's a whole nother ball game. You got to get into packaging and distribution and time.
When it's like, I don't know about it. And then when it's like, why don't you just come buy my stuff? Like, instead of trying to make your own ribs with my dry rub or my barbecue sauce, why don't you just buy my ribs?
Exactly. So you taste the flavor. You see what it like. I can't guarantee you'll be able to cook them like I do.
Well, that's the thing. You know what I mean? It's work.
But for them, just the name and the bottle and we got Smokey's flavor. I don't know. That's just in my mind.
Yeah.
Might not ever happen, but
unless you can just find someone that's already doing it and then be like, "Hey, I already have the brand. Let me partner with you and throw my name on it."
Yeah. So you never know. I was actually talking with the guy at the meat market, or not, Stater Brothers.
Yeah.
I was just getting some stuff for myself, and he was like, "Yeah, me and my grandfather finally perfected our dry rub or barbecue sauce." And I was like, "Dude, like, we could do something." I kind of showed him like,
well, especially because like they don't, especially nowadays, it's like you have to have a brand. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like, you're gonna be able to go out and build that brand? Probably not.
Mm-hmm. But if you can throw
your
name on it,
someone
already.
else. I mean, I call it the Kim Kardashian rule. She's a brand. She just throws her name on everything.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden,
it's gone. It's gone, and then she becomes part of the company. It's probably the smart way to go.
No, yeah, that's the thing I'm starting to realize too. Like, I've had a couple places even hit me up like, "Hey, would you mind reposting this on your page?"
Oh, you're at that point now.
Sort of, yeah. And I'm like, I barely have like 3,000 followers, and they're like, "Yeah, but still, we'll do this or we'll give you that." Like,
is it restaurants or what is it? Like,
I've had 2 restaurants hit me up, different places, just random. I'm like, So yeah, I've done like 2 reposts that I didn't ask for nothing crazy, you know, just like shares, because I've had a lot of people do a lot of reviews for me and they haven't asked for anything really at all. So it's just a blessing.
Well, it's because I think if at this point in time it's like a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, it's like new content for them. I'm the newest thing around.
Well, they need you.
Yeah,
it's a win. You both kind of need each other.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Without them, they wouldn't. Not everyone would know. I wouldn't have the reach. You know, so definitely beneficial.
But you say you only have 3,000 people, but they must be like all local, like 3,000. They're like a deep 3,000.
Yeah,
not
they
like
are.
That's why I don't like TikTok that much.
So the other day,
because it's everywhere.
I did the firefighter thing the other day. So like, here's the professional dashboard. It's 65K reached in the last 30 days, even though I have 3,000 followers.
Yeah, that's freaking great.
It's like, so it's been good.
Which video did the best between all your food reviews? Was it Mark or was it?
I think Mark. I don't know. I gotta check what are the views on that. Juan Rivera's was up there. So I think I still can't believe he's 50K.
From Riverside. I thought the only person from Riverside was what's that lady's name? Adrian. What's that Mexican lady? Something 69. What's her name?
Oh, Jenny 69.
Yeah, Jenny 69.
I've been trying to have her come try the food too.
Really?
But yeah, she got
busy. She be a little busy.
Yeah, right.
You know who used to be friends with her, Adrian? Nate. Nate used to hang out with her, go to her house, and they grew up together. And I was like, should have stayed friends with her. Still should have. I didn't have no idea who she was until maybe like 8 months ago. No clue. But I didn't know he was from Riverside. That's funny and I only know him from Latin TV. But
yeah, he's super cool too. Him and his wife Brenda, they came out, tried the food. He even hit me up, bro. Like, I had him promise, like, "Hey, I'm gonna teach you a couple things just for the family at home."
Yeah.
But that's it. Like, He's like, no, I got you, bro. I got you. So yeah, I kind of taught him how to perfect.
Do you like catering? Do you like catering or no?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Catering's good. Catering's better in a sense because people are paying for the food before you even get there. So and you don't have to worry about stressing, oh, am I going to sell out?
Do you do a menu thing or what do you do?
As far as
like someone goes like, hey, I want you to cater my thing, or you're like, okay, well here's the menu. Pick
one
what
meat,
you want.
2 meat, 3 meats. We can do how many sides, and then the prices will vary obviously by the protein and meat and the sides. So yeah, bro, I'm all for that. I'm actually doing something at the end of the month for Inspire to Foster.
Oh.
So that's a foster where the kids are going to be graduating out of foster care. They're like turning 18, going to college. So it's a nonprofit organization, and I'm going to be cooking for them.
How'd you get connected with them?
Mark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, it's like this little like so I'm a member of Victoria Club, and like a lot of those guys are like older people, right? And they're like all connected. And it's funny because like I feel like this is like the new age of connections. It's like all these people like, connect with this person. Oh, you need to connect with that people. Like I'm telling you, dude, it's like the way. It's like the way to do business.
So Josh Talks Homes.
Yeah, I know Josh.
Yeah, that's my old neighbor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Isn't he the guy that works for NASCAR? No.
He did.
For
the track.
Yeah, for the track.
For the raceway.
Yeah. Is that what he did for the raceway? I couldn't remember.
I don't know what he did there, but I know he worked for him because he always had those badass jackets.
Oh, the NASCAR jackets? The big heavy ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
he's trying to do a little media thing, isn't he, right now?
Yeah. He actually did a pop-up for me and he came to my pop-up and did a video for my last one. And it was a big turnout. He gave away like a gift card.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Riverside's awesome, bro. Super cool people. I love it. Born and raised. I was born at General Hospital.
Oh, really?
So no one even knows what that is. I'm old, I guess.
Yeah. What high school did you go to?
I went to La Sierra and then Poly.
Oh.
And then from Poly, I went to Continuation.
Oh.
So
the one right off of Magnolia?
No, I went to the one right here, Raincross.
Oh, Raincross.
So when I was 17, my mom got in a really bad accident. She got paralyzed. So pretty much had to grow up overnight. So
so you started taking care of her?
And it was go to school or lose my job. So I found out a way to do both. I was able to go to school and then keep my job at Target.
Oh, you were working at the one in Arlington?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, and then as soon as I turned 18, I got into loss prevention at Target.
Nice.
I did that for almost 2 years. It was so fun.
Just chasing people down?
Grabbing them, pulling them back in.
What year was this? That's not. I don't think they do that anymore.
No. Yeah. I left a long time ago for that reason.
Yeah.
It was like, well, where's all the fun?
Yeah, you don't do anything anymore.
Yeah, so now we're just a deterrent. You're trying to just de-escalate people or like, stop them. They called it what was it? Productive Merchandise Recovery, a PMR.
I had a buddy that did it for Macy's, and he was like pretty high up. He was like the guy that kind of ran all of Southern California, and he would like tell me the numbers they would like lose a year from like people stealing. It's like millions and like $10 million.
Yeah, it got crazy because there's internal theft and then there's external. And when it's internal, that's even worse because now your employees that you're paying are stealing from the company.
But it's crazy to think like, dang, they lost $10 million. And they're like, yeah.
That's why the prices are going up on everything. Because people are walking out of these stores with stuff and no one's stopping them.
Yeah, they can't anymore. Crazy. The world we live in. Who would ever think that you could live, we'd be at that point? I feel like it's shifted really fast.
Yeah, too fast.
Like all of a sudden it was like the world just went to madness overnight. It's interesting. Very interesting thing. I don't know. It's weird for me.
Yeah, for sure.
So have you been nervous or have you had any moments where you're like kind of like, oh shit, like I don't know if this is gonna work out? Like have you done a pop-up and like you didn't hit off and you're like, oh crap, like we have all this food, like what are we gonna do?
So I don't know if I got confident in my promoting or just got confident in my followers or like my clients or whatever you want to say. But I did a pop-up in Escape, and I'm really big on promoting, letting everybody know where I'm gonna be ahead of time. That week I think it was my long week at work, my regular job, and I just totally like let it slip and just assumed all these people were going to show up to Escape Brewery in Redlands.
Yeah.
And the place is huge. I could have done so much there, but unfortunately it was a bad turnout. We shot a great video there for both of them and me, and I don't think I would go back unless I know I had something planned.
Did some work, yeah.
Because on top of that, they had a taco vendor show up for a private party. So now everyone that was there
went to that,
would eat that. Who's going to pay for food when you have free food?
Yeah.
You know? So it's kind of like a slap in the face. So that would have been one of the times that I was kind of like, wow, I have all this food left. Wow, what
Like,
you
what
know,
do you
like
do?
I'm taking a loss.
Yeah.
Luckily, I pulled up and just
Sold it. Yeah.
So made it happen.
It's yeah, dude. I just think that problem is everyone just thinks up. You know, it's like, and then
You
the moment
can't-
you let off the gas, it like backfires. It's like all of a sudden, it's like
you
boom.
got to stay consistent. That's one thing I'll say.
Yeah.
Like when I'm not being consistent, I feel like I'm slacking. Like it's like it bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh shit. Like I know I could be doing more, but you got to also know when to shut, things down and when to split up the time. Having a family, having the full-time job, starting the business,
Yeah.
doing the promoting.
How have you been handling like the DMs on social hard? Like it's been like overwhelming at all or no?
I've learned. Luckily, they have the professional account, so I can do general, primary, request, and then
Yeah.
I can kind of navigate through them to where they were getting lost a lot. A lot of people
really?
were getting buried, and I felt bad reaching out for events or parties or like even just to like hang out.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, I had to start a separate. What was it? Andrew showed me pretty much how to separate everything. So it made it a lot easier for me.
Well, the hard part is like so many random DMs.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and then it's like, always like, oh, like I've been watching your stuff. Like, I'd like to connect with you, and I'm like, I'm good, dude. Unless, like, I'll look at their stuff, and I'm like, unless it's something there.
Yeah. I feel you.
We deal with that on the podcast. Like, people hit us up and be like, oh, I want to come on the podcast, and I'm just like, what do you don't post.
Yeah,
I don't even know what you have going on.
It's cool, bro. You could just go live later.
Yeah, well, I'm like, what are we gonna do about this?
Yeah,
like, I don't know what
feel
we're gonna
you.
talk about for a half hour.
Just staring at each other,
Yeah.
like tapping on the mic.
We've had that happen. We've
For
had
real?
a few, right, Adrian? We've had a few where it's like they don't have any interaction, and that was when we were newer. So we started making like rules. Like I started having to like make rules. Like okay,
Yeah,
like,
especially if they're not going to bring the energy. Like,
well, the thing is too, it's like if you don't even have a following, like, and you're not like actively doing anything, then like what are we like?
It's not beneficial for anything.
If you aren't cooking food on the regular and you like make burgers once a month in the back of
I
your
was
house,
like, hey, I want to come
I
hang
have some
out.
burgers in the back of my house. Okay, like what are we supposed to do? Like,
Yeah, I hear you.
Like I mean, like you're like I pre-buy them, but they're still good.
Oh man, check it out. The way I set the cheese on there at a perfect angle.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, I feel you, bro.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So it's like it's super hard, and like I feel bad saying no to people, or like sometimes I just ignore DMs because I don't want to be that guy. I'll just leave them like in the request area.
No, I hear you.
But it's like so hard because you're like, oh, dude,
Yeah,
like,
you don't want to be that like
you don't
that
be a
dick
jerk,
or whatever. Yeah, so.
But it's hard, dude. It's not.
You got to know where to lay down the line of like, all right, we are in what we're doing for a reason.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Do you think you'd ever get to like daily menus like out of your house?
yeah.
Yeah, like we're just like, yo,
Mhm.
people text us your orders.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would be.
That's the goal to make it.
Can you? I mean, I'm not a big.
So I was just
can you-
talking with a gentleman earlier. I
Can
felt
you
so
pre-make
bad.
it?
What
Like,
the food?
can you could you like pre-make it and like package it and then like, you know what I mean?
I'm sure you could. I got to
Yeah.
talk to someone who's doing something similar to that and see how it works on that, because once it's cooked and you keep the temperatures, it's all about the temperatures. Those safe zones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anything's possible. I've had people call me, bro, and ask me to freeze my ribs and ship them to them
Oh, really?
in other states.
You're like, can
Pretty
you?
cool.
Do you do it?
No, not yet.
Oh,
but
no?
I mean, one day, why not?
Yeah.
I see the frozen ribs that are already cooked and seasoned at Stater Brothers.
Yeah,
That's
what's the
like
difference?
$26 for a rack.
Yeah. Why not?
And you know those are going to be garbage.
Yeah. So you could. There's so many options for you. So you're saying you were talking to some guy earlier?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I felt bad. I was in the shower, and me being me, I answered the phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, and he's like, he's actually from Toast.
Oh, okay.
So Toast is a thing where they do online orders. Everything's paid for in advance. Like, hey, Wednesday, this is the menu for next Wednesday. They do everything through them. All I'm doing is cooking. And then
Mhm.
people are just showing up. Boom, boom, boom,
yeah.
boom. So eventually, I'm going to look into that, but I'm not quite there yet because I'm not trying to give someone else like everything I'm making already until I'm like able to be profitable, real
Yeah.
profitable, So
Do you feel like are you struggling with profitability right now, or just trying to figure
No,
out the right
not
numbers?
really.
No.
it's just the hit and miss with being barbecue and cooking the same day. Is like you don't want to overcook and then you don't want to undercook.
Yeah.
But I've learned it's better to undercook than overcook, because once the meat's cooked, it's going to waste.
Yeah.
At
Do
the end of
you
the day.
is it flexible pricing? Like obviously you're buying it from Costco, but is it like like obviously in like the normal store, they can fluctuate week by week pretty heavily sometimes. Like at the Costco place, are the prices more stable?
Yes, a lot more stable.
Okay.
So,
Dude, it's crazy. It's like sometimes I walk in, it's like $12 for 1 pound of that, and then like a few days later, it's like $4. I'm like,
yeah. So that's one thing. I was just at Stater Brothers yesterday, and I was like, man, they had their spare ribs on sale for $2.99, and I was like, all right. I seen the ad when I walked in the door, made my way over there, and they're like, what happened to those things? He's like, yeah, they're not the usual ones. I was like, yeah, no such thing as a sale nowadays. Yeah. So, yeah, I just stick over there. I stick with them. They come in. I buy only Swift, so Swift meats. Really good quality there, and they're always chunky.
Did you have to like get something to be on to be able to buy at Costco?
Yeah. So for the Costco business, it's actually
like a different card.
Yeah, it's this one. It has my reseller's license on the back.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you just go to the same Costco and then they just kind of give it to you?
It's the Ontario one.
Oh, okay.
So it's like nothing special. Anyone could sign up for it, but like the reseller's license, you have to show them your seller's permit, all that good stuff. So I've been jumping through a lot of hoops.
I remember we bought a lot of booze one time, and they were like, "Hey, are you guys reselling this?" We're like, "No." And they're like, "This is a lot." We're like, "I know." And they're like, I was like, "Swear to God, we're not reselling it." I was like, "We have like 50 people coming over."
Well, sometimes they ask you that because since I have, excuse me. Since I do have the reseller's license, I don't have to pay tax.
Oh, really?
So maybe it was to benefit you.
Damn, I should have said yes.
Yeah, you have to show them and sign something.
You don't pay sales tax? Oh, wow. Well, that's fucking
Since
awesome.
I'm a reseller.
Do you not have people hitting you up like, yo, buy me some extra?
No, I have other restaurants that are like sometimes like, yo, I need this when I'm there. And it's cool, I'll grab it. But usually by the time I see the DM, I'm like already halfway home. So
you have restaurants asking you to be there?
Oh, just like, yo, grab me some butter, bro.
Oh, really?
You know, little things like that.
Oh, my God, that's insane.
Yeah. But like cool people, you know, like ones that I'm in tune with.
Yeah.
So
you got a little niche going right now.
Yeah.
You got a little crew?
For the most part. Circle.
A little circle of food of other people that do what you do, or like actual restaurant? Like
actual restaurant.
Oh, like
one actual restaurant that I'm really cool with. James at Rivercrest Deli. Let's throw it out there. Super cool guy. So
where's that at?
Exactly. It's over off Box Springs. I didn't know about it either until Mark and Andrew both put them on the map.
Box Springs.
Yeah, Box Springs exit right off the 60.
Okay.
I think I'm saying, yeah. Anyways, check them out.
Where the heck is that
a wide variety of food.
Where's that even at? Off the 60 in Box Springs. I just know about the Jack in the Box over there.
Right by there.
Oh, it's right by
that. So it's that exit. Okay. You go like around a bend. Check it out sometime.
Is it on the Merino Valley side of the 60 or the other side of this, or the Riverside 60? It'd be on the east side or the west side?
I want to say the east.
Oh, on that side?
So it's on theirs.
Oh, on the Merino Valley side?
I always get lost over there. I'm like, oh shit. No, it's on the Riverside. It's on the Riverside side.
It's on the Riverside side?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to have to figure out what that is.
Look it up and check it out, bro. Yeah. They have pizza. They have smash burgers.
I live in Orange Crest, so it's like kind of right there.
Oh, yeah. Check him out. The guy, the owner, James, super cool.
Man, damn, dude.
Super chill.
This is crazy. That's the hard part, is like finding the small places like that. You got to like search for them.
That's one thing, like Mark and Rivers and Andrew putting those small places on the map. I'm like grateful for finding these hidden gems that are actually good when they're good. Like, wow. So that's one thing. When Andrew and Mark post it, I know it's going to be good.
Yeah. Interesting. Wow.
So check it out, bro.
I will. Adrian, put that on the list to do. Okay, thank you.
So I'm even thinking about... he offered me the opportunity if I needed to use the kitchen on a weekend. Nice. So stay tuned. Might have an event there.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, like do one there?
Yeah, with a full
kitchen. Are they not open?
No, not on the weekends.
Monday, Friday?
Yeah. So what? How sweet is that, right?
Maybe that could be your weekend spot. Dude, I bet you're just pulling in a million directions. Like if you're only doing like weekend stuff, it's like who do you pick? You know?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's so much going on right now. It's almost not overwhelming, but it's exciting.
You know, it's kind of hard. It's like you want good things to happen, but then when it's happening, it's overwhelming. But then you're like, it's hard to be like upset because you're like, oh well, this is what I kind of asked for.
Yeah.
So it's like I bet it's better that we're dealing with this and not dealing. And that's kind of the hard thing is like people think like, oh, you're succeeding. There's no problems. You're like, no, there's other problems.
I'm drowning. No.
Yeah. Well, that's a problem. It's like there's other issues you got to deal with. Like that thing. Like, well, where do we mark? We got 2 spots this weekend. Do we do this spot or do that spot? Which one's gonna be more profitable? What's gonna make more sense? You know. Same thing for you. It's like, okay, these people are coming to promote us. Like, do I give them free food? Do I not give them free food? Is it worth it? Are they not worth it?
No,
like,
yeah.
It's not easy.
No, yeah, for sure.
What was the first moment you're like, oh shit, like we're kind of doing something here?
The very first pop-up we did that day.
Yeah.
I had so many different friends and family that were like so excited to finally be able to like come and try my food, like buy it.
Nice.
And I think we completely sold out. And it was the very first time ever, and like me and the wife at the end of the night were like, wow, like that was
And that was at your house,
that was
right?
pretty fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right. So I bought a custom Easy Up with my logo. My boss, who I work with doing the Christmas thing, he helped me with the logo and got it made onto an Easy Up, a Plan B print right here, local in Riverside. Went through him for everything, my canopy, my tablecloth, my shirts, my cards, stickers. So
You wrapped your car yet?
no,
Oh, okay.
one day.
One day. Dude, that's crazy. Well, that's good that it popped off like that.
Yeah, so I was like, yo, this is fun. Imagine not having to leave the house, or imagine like, I'm tired of making somebody else rich. Not that I'm in this to get rich.
Yeah.
I'm into doing something I love to do.
Yeah,
and to see the look on people's face, brother. When I pull in right there at the breweries and I go inside to get like, a refill on my beer or something.
Yeah.
I look around and everyone's eating my food and they're smiling and happy and just having a good ass time, and they're like thumbs up across the way and just, I don't know, it just does something for me.
The thing I always hate nowadays is like, it's like you could do both. You can want to do this to help people, but you could also do this like you also want to make money doing it.
Of
like, I always
course,
hate
yeah.
that. Like I'm like, you're making money. It's like I also want to make money. I
Yeah,
also want to have
of
a good life
course.
for my kids and my wife.
I'm trying to build an empire for them. I want little man and my daughter to take this over.
Yeah, right.
By then we'll have a couple food trailers. You got to manifest it.
Yeah.
You can't just you never know if you don't pull the trigger.
Well, then you could be. Would you ever right now, not right now, but like, and then say you just got so busy, would you try to bring someone else on to like cook the meat with you?
Yeah, but they would have to be trained and they would have to
That's
have a
what I'm
passion
saying.
for it.
Yeah.
I don't want to end up being another place where anyone could come in, bro, and just throw some salt on some ribs and
that's what
throw
I'm
them in the
saying.
oven.
But you wouldn't mind giving up your little secrets to someone?
They would have to sign a non-disclosure agreement, NDA, of course.
Yeah.
But no, I would, if I felt, believe me, if I got to the point where I needed that, it would be a big thing for me.
You'd bring someone on.
Yeah, it would be really hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Would it be hard? You think you would struggle about giving up? Like it's so funny.
My techniques.
Because I have like three, 4 employees, so it's like there's no way I can be. We're so busy and big. Like there's no way I could be everywhere at once. And like right now, like I have like all these texts going right now.
Once you build the right team.
Well, then the thing is like people are like, how do you just give up? I'm like, listen, if they screw it up, like it is what it is. Like I'd rather. There's no way I can do all of this. So it's like they're gonna have to learn from it.
Yeah.
And then hopefully it's not a big enough screw up where it costs us too much. Like that's really what it is.
Yeah.
But it's like there's no way like
you can't overexert yourself.
Yeah, well there's just no way you can be everywhere at one place.
Yeah.
Like sooner or later you have to grow. And then I have certain people that work for me and they're like, why didn't Adam do this? Why didn't Adam call me? And she's like they're like he's busy doing the big things to make the company more money.
Yeah.
So we all have jobs. Like
yeah, he's
he
making sure we're eating.
Like he can't be the one calling you saying like, oh, double checking one little thing. And so it's like this hard balance. I think is weird. It's like when you're a small business owner, it's like people just think like, oh, well, you should do everything. It's like I always say like if you work for a big corporation, you don't know the CEO of the company. You don't talk to that person.
No, yeah.
But a small business is like everyone's like, oh, I need to know the owner. I need to talk to the owner. You know what I mean? It's
No, for
crazy.
sure.
It's interesting. So, what's the best way for people to find you, dude?
Instagram, brother.
What's your Instagram tag?
Smokey Steve Smokehouse.
Smokey Steve Smokehouse.
And right now I'm currently in a competition to win $25,000.
Okay.
I'm going to use that down payment to get a food trailer.
Okay. So what's the competition?
Best chef.
Okay.
So Carla Hall. Let me see. It's a Fave Chef. So I'm in the competition right now, and I'm in 4th place.
So how do people vote for you?
The link is in my bio.
Link in bio. Adrian, let's make sure we get this clipped out tomorrow, okay? For him.
The link is in the bio. Yeah.
So people just have to go in, click it, and vote for you.
Yep.
Okay. Who's
Right
who's
here.
ahead of you? Does it tell you?
There's 4 other people, but I made it to the top 5 now.
Okay.
So these 1, 2, 3 people.
All right. Who cares who they are? We're gonna make you number 1.
Let's do
All
this,
right.
bro.
So make sure you go on his page, hit a like, link, Vote for him. When's the contest?
You get
up?
one free vote every day. It makes you sign into your Facebook.
Yeah.
You can donate votes, so they're able to be written off. You can use it as a write-off.
Nice.
So
Does it donate to like to a charity?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. What charity do you know?
The James Beard Foundation.
Okay.
So
what a smart way to get people to donate.
Yeah.
That's smart. Yeah.
So and sometimes they have specials where you buy one vote, you get two, so they count for double.
Nice.
So yeah, super exciting.
And when's it over?
Sometimes I kind of forget about this because I got so much going on.
Yeah.
But it's over. The next cutoff is.
Oh, it just keeps. So if there's a cutoff, do you
So
restart?
I get 2 days. The voting for the top 5 ends Thursday.
Do you restart or do you guys keep going? Do you restart from zero? Or
no, I think they hold them because I've never lost my ranking. Like I've
got
stayed.
it. Makes
Yeah,
sense,
it's pretty
makes sense.
cool. So yeah, 2 more days, 2 hours, 50 minutes to make the top 5.
Got it.
And then after that, it'll keep going. So
Well, that's exciting.
yeah, super exciting. And like a
Dude.
couple pictures. And
Dude, that's awesome.
I'm just trying to do everything I can, man.
Hey, listen, I respect it. That's what you're supposed to do in the beginning. So,
Yeah.
thanks, man. Appreciate you coming on. Looking
most
forward to trying the
definitely.
food and supporting you. Adrian's obviously excited to have food. Adrian loves food. So, make sure you guys go like him. Go like that link. And until next time, guys, peace.
Appreciate y'all.